Hi, welcome to ITC314 Virtualization Technologies. I'm Peter White and I'm your lecturer for this session. The expectations and information that you need to know about for this session are as follows. You'll find most of the information in Interact. So if you go to ITC314 in Interact 2, you'll find your subject outline there. You'll find announcements there, which I'll put up from time to time about the subject. If there's any additional readings or documents, they'll be in the resources folder in the left-hand menu. So that's where you'll find everything. Everything will be there. You will also have a copy of your schedule there and an extra copy of the various different assignments, and we'll talk about those shortly. However, you are expected to actively participate in the discussions on the subject forum. You are expected to check the subject site at least weekly for any new announcements. And if you have any issues, please come directly to me using my contact details. So as I said, my name is Peter White. I'm an adjunct lecturer, which means I have a normal full-time job, and I do this part-time at the university. Now, I've worked in the industry for quite some time. I started off as a software developer, then a systems administrator, information security architect, technical services architect, solution architect. So I've got a wealth of experience and knowledge that I can bring to this subject. I have done a lot of virtualization within the agencies that I worked in. And I've also recently been overseeing the move to the cloud environment. So we're moving from virtual servers internally to virtual servers in a cloud. My qualifications include a Doctor of Information Technology in Information Security, and I've done all of my degrees here at CSU. Currently, I'm the Manager of Cybersecurity Research and Education for the New South Wales Government Chief Information Security Officer. And I've got a lot of research interests, primarily around the areas of information security. So the best bet to contact me is usually by email. I monitor email pretty well constantly, and I will try to reply to you as quickly as I can. So my email address is pewhite@csu.edu.au. You can phone my desk phone here in the office, but unfortunately I only check it about once a week, so email is much better option. Okay, please ensure you've got a copy of the textbook, Portnoy Virtualization Essentials, the second edition. There is an ebook available through the CSU library, so you may want to look at that. And any other readings or documents you need to read will be available through Interact. What we'll be looking at in this particular subject are a number of things. Virtualization, what is it? How does it work? What's its importance? What's the need for it? We'll look at then the difference between desktop and server virtualization. We'll look at virtual machines. We'll look at virtualization security, how to do clustering and availability, and planning and management of virtual infrastructure. So there will also be a practical component to this as well, so you'll have to actually do some virtualization work. Here is the schedule. It's a fairly full schedule, and you've got 4 assignments plus a final exam. Now we'll have an online session each Thursday evening at 1900 hours, that is 7 p.m, and that will go for about an hour to an hour and a half, perhaps 2 hours, depending on how much you want to pull the session out, So I would normally give a small lecture and then open it up for discussion and so on from there. So the idea will be you'll have 30 to 40 minutes initially of a lecture about some aspect of virtualization, and then we'll take it on from there with discussions and talk about assignments and so on. So coming to assignments, we have 4 assignments. The first one is a assignment on concepts. This is just an online quiz due the middle of March with 5%. The second one is a virtualization report. This is where you'll be given a case study for a company who's looking to virtualize, and you will have to write a report to them which talks about it, and that'll cover all of the work you've done up to that stage. The third assignment is the practical assignment. This is where you've got to construct an installation manual to install VirtualBox on your machine, and then install a specified Linux operating system over the top of that. So we'll talk about that as we start to work through the things. Your final assignment then is to design a virtual infrastructure for a company, so kind of another case study assignment. And that's worth 20%. And then the final exam will be sometime early June, and that's worth 50% of the marks. So in a nutshell, there's the subjects. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Flip me an email at pewhite@csu.edu.au, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you've got. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the class, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.